Me. Karen. I'm pretty sure by now we've all seen the infamous DUI videos, multiple videos featuring Karen Huger, the Grand Dame, aka now the Grand Drunk. And I want to say that I'm disappointed and shocked by this, but I am genuinely shocked and disappointed by this. I mean, I was already disappointed at the beginning of this latest season of The Real Housewives of Potomac when we found out that Karen was basically pulling a Fast and the Furious on the highway. She was racing against animals and deers and running into trees left and right. And now to actually witness the entire thing from beginning to end on camera and seeing Karen in this state was just so sad and so like, I know it's humiliating for her, but you know, as a viewer of the show and you know, a fan of Karen, I know it's just so disappointing to see, like, Karen, what happened? I mean, clearly we saw what happened, but damn. You know, at first, you know, the video popped up on my Twitter, like, okay, it's one video, let me check this out. I'm like, oh, this is bad. But then, boop, another video popped up. I'm like, okay, you know, this is the sequel. I'm like, let me watch this one. Oh, Karen, this is also bad. Is that Ray? Hey, Ray, how are you? What are you doing in this video? And I'm like, okay, that's 2 videos. It's pretty bad, but, you know, okay, we get it. And then a third video popped up and I'm like, whoa, Karen, like what is going on here? I'm like, at this point, it's a trilogy, right? Like you might as well just release all the parts in the movie theaters and get paid for this, right? And then we see another video pop. It was basically like 4 or 5. It was basically the Harry Potter of Potomac. I was just waiting for the title to pop up like Karen Huger, you know, the Chamber of Secrets. The Sorcerer's Stone, like it was multiple parts. It was basically the cinematic universe of Karen Huger. I'm like, what is going on here? You know, the police could have edited all these videos together on iMovie or something on Instagram, and you know, just put it all together in one, like a TikTok. You could have showed it in one video. You didn't have to be petty and just, you know, explain part by part by this. Like, wow, like they did Karen Huger so dirty, right? And as I'm watching Karen in the State of Mind, the first thing that popped into my head was the one-on-one conversation that she had with Giselle at the beginning of this latest season when she told Giselle, clearly, she said, well, you know, Giselle, I can't really discuss anything about this whole situation because it's a legal matter, but the truth will come out. The truth will set me free, and then everybody's going to know the truth. And now the truth has come out, Karen, on camera in multiple parts. And what exact truth were you talking about? Like, were you that drunk, intoxicated that you don't remember how the night went? Did you think that this was gonna sway in your favor or something? Like, you know, Sleepy Sharice was at home watching all five parts of this video. It's like, you know, she probably had like 5 champagne glasses next to her with a bag of cookies. Like, yep, there goes that Karen, that fucking bitch. You know, I tried to tell everybody 2 seasons ago, like. You know, she was just rubbing her feet together in bed like, yes. But Karen, come on now. Like, what is going on here? And you just know that Mia is going to use this as ammo at the reunion if Karen decides to show up. Do you think, you know, that Karen is actually going to show up to the reunion? Part of me feels like she's too prideful. She's not going to take ownership of this one-on-one because, I mean, it's on camera. Mia, the first thing that she's going to do, she's probably going to have the first chair, right? She's probably going to be like, so like, Karen, like, what were you doing in that video? Like, you were so drunk and intoxicated? Like, what was going on? You know, and then I can see her Pokemon, Jacqueline, you know, like coming out of her Pokeball, like, yeah, Karen, you're going against me and Mia now. And Karen, I don't think that she's going to come face to face with any of that. She doesn't want to, you know, I feel like she just wants to sweep this underneath the rug. Maybe, I don't know, with just the way Karen moves on this show, you know, she holds herself to such a high standard. But let's get back to the video because then we see Ray. I did not know that Ray was a part of this whole fiasco. I didn't know he had a cameo in this movie, right? We see Ray. And I'm just looking at him like, Ray, you need to be at home, you know, resting your knees or something or your back, putting a nice icy pack on it, you know, eating some salted nuts, the salty ones with some orange juice. But instead, he's in the middle of the highway playing Fast and the Furious with Karen Huger. You know, and then I believe the officer asked Karen, you know, I need to see an ID or something. And then, you know, obviously she was gone off her mind, right? Ray, he tries to step in and, you know, he's digging through her bag of tricks. And I mean, the purse was literally like this big, right? And this was Ray. Give me 1 second, officer. You know, he thought that he was Dorit the Explorer with the backpack. He was just like, give me a second, officer. Backpack. Let me dig through this. You just want the ID, right? Give me 1 second. Yeah, no. She was just drinking like 1 or 2 cocktails, right? Right, Karen? Right? Mm-hmm. Give me 1 second, officer. Where is the ID? Yeah, have you watched the show, The Real Housewives of Potomac? Is she your favorite? Karen? Oh, you're a fan of Giselle. Oh, Karen, you're in trouble. Give me 1 second, officer. Hold on, just 1 second. I know it's in here. Karen, where's your ID? I know is there another purse? Like, this whole situation is not funny, but that part was just so hilarious because I'm like, Ray, what exactly are you digging for? I thought for a second he was just gonna jump in. Like Blue's Clues, like, Blue can too, we can too, and then just jump into the little bag. But he was trying to buy her time, but clearly it wasn't working, right? You see Karen in the car, she's just talking shit to the officer. The fact that, she could just be sitting there and she's just like, well, officer, I am the Grand Dame. I don't know who gave me that fucking title. I think it was Andy Cohen. The fact that she is so intoxicated and she could still manage to bring that out. First of all, the police not only did her dirty by releasing all 20 different parts of this video, this whole arrest, but I mean, they didn't even bother fixing her up or anything. Like, at least, put her together, put her clothes, her hair was just a mess. She's getting arrested in Potomac, but her hair is in Baltimore. And, eventually we get to the final part, right? And, at this point, I went to the bathroom, I grabbed some popcorn, I came back to the movie theater. Now we're at the very end of the movie. Then we see Karen in the police station. She starts talking all, this mess. And I'm not going to repeat what she said, but if you saw, I'm just like, Karen, where are these thoughts? Where are these words coming from? Like, what is going on here, right? Part of me, just between me and you, allegedly, I'm like, what if Karen wasn't driving the car and if it was really the guy who they accused her of having an affair with, the blue-eyed guy that I believe Charisse or Ashley had mentioned a couple of seasons ago? What if, they were just driving together, and then next thing they crash or whatever, and then Karen thought, well, I can't have you at the scene of the crime because then everybody's gonna find out about this and I have an image and a marriage to hold, so you drive off and I'm gonna take the fall for it. What if that was the case? And again, this is just a conspiracy theory, because sometimes, dick will make you do crazy things, right? Right? I mean, I'm pretty sure we've all been in a situation like this where, we get into a situation like this, then they go to jail, now they don't want to speak to you because they're obsessed, or you try reaching out to their mom, but their mom doesn't want to talk to you, so she blocks you on Instagram as well. So then you try to reach out to the sister, but the sister's going through her own situation with her toxic husband, and then she wants to place blame on you for that relationship as if you're in the relationship yourself, right? But, okay, even though I gave your kids Christmas gifts 2 years ago, but okay. But, I'm not talking about me. I'm just saying in general, right? Like, hypothetically. I also wanted to mention where I've been the last month or so because I haven't uploaded anything in a while. A while back, I tried out for something that I've always been curious about doing. So I tried out for it. And then a couple of weeks later, they selected me, as part of this whole process. They had to fly me out. Yes, they had to fly me out. I felt like a high-end escort. I'm like, oof, and I don't have to sleep with nobody. I'll go. So they had to fly me out to Salt Lake City for about a month. And, it was this whole process. So I had to leave abruptly, right? So I had no time or anything to say like, hey, I'm going to be leaving or et cetera. I literally had to just pack a bag and then just go. So I went to Salt Lake City and it was my first time ever being in Salt Lake City. And it was such a crazy experience, like in the best way. And it was very surreal. I was very curious about it because I've seen, what happens in Salt Lake City through the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll run into Meredith or Lisa Barlow, Whitney, not you, Heather, but hopefully I run into anybody else. But, it was such a crazy experience and I'm still part of this whole process, right? Like, it's still going on as we speak. So I thought, okay, maybe I could juggle making videos in Salt Lake City somehow, and at the same time doing X, Y, and Z. And yeah, it just was not possible. And I brought my green screen and everything with me, but it just was not possible because it was just nonstop go, 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 go. And it just, by the time, I finally just sat down, I just wanted to rest and like sleep. But trust me, there's not a day or a second or a minute that went by without me thinking like, you haven't uploaded anything. At first it turned into 1 week, then 2 weeks, then 3 weeks, and then it just got ridiculous. I felt so bad every single day because I just, we were so used to the schedule, right? We were so used to talking every single week about, whatever. And, now we just, it was basically like a toxic relationship, right? Like I just left your life abruptly and you know, like, I didn't want to be like my biological father, but, you know, that's a whole story for a different day. Still haven't heard from him, but, you know, I just didn't want to do that. And I tried to put a post up like, hey, you know, I'm good and everything, you know, because I figured, I'm like, at one point I'm going to come back. You know, I still want to make videos. That's still a thing. I still want to continue my channel. I still want to continue reviewing shows and everything, but it just came at the most randomest time, you know, and again, I'm very grateful for the opportunity, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, you know, my YouTube channel. And thank you all so much for all the love and the questions and the concerns, you know, that I got in my Instagram and in previous videos and stuff. It was so sweet. I'm like, aw. There was one comment. It was so beautiful. It was just like, hey, Raphael, you stupid bitch. Where are you? You're supposed to be uploading fucking videos every week, you dumbass. I'm unsubscribing. I'm like, aw. I'm just kidding. Nobody sent me that, but everybody sent me such sweet messages on Instagram, on YouTube, and I thought it was very, very nice. And, you know, fun fact, you know, if you follow me on Instagram and your page is not private, you know, and you message me or something, and I'm like, you know, I'm curious about who's watching me. You know, I want to know about you too. So sometimes I go through your page like, oh, okay, there's so-and-so's grandma. Okay, I like that outfit. Oh, they're in a relationship. Oh, they're kind of cute. Okay, let me keep swiping. So trust me, I go through your page too, just out of curiosity, right? Also, you know, just between me and you, I was in Salt Lake City and I was just like, you know, let me just get the, you know, that app, you know, the gay app, the Grindr, right? Or as Karen Huger says, the Grindr. You know, I downloaded it just to see, you know, what my options were in Salt Lake City, you know, what's going on in Salt Lake City, you know, maybe I find a husband or two from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, right? And somebody messaged me and they were like, hey, I watch your videos. I think I watch your videos on YouTube. I'm like, whoa, not on Grindr. Here I am trying to find my husband and somebody's messaging me. I mean, I appreciate it, but, you know, I thought this was a classy party. You know, let's not talk about that here. I'm like, you could tweet me, you can message me on Instagram, but not on Grindr. But I thought that was cute. I was like, thank you so much. So if you're watching, shout out to you. You know, that was an interesting experience. But, you know, obviously I didn't find my husband, unfortunately. But Salt Lake City was a very interesting experience. You know, everybody there was Mormon. I visited the church, the infamous Mormon church, the one that you see in the intro of the Salt Lake City Housewives. I went there and it was so surreal. I kept running into everybody who's Mormon. And, you know, I'm going to keep this respectful, but yeah, it was cute. It was cute, you know, it was very interesting. I kept asking everybody, like, oh, so what's your opinion on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City or the other show with the other show on Hulu? Something about the Wives of Salt Lake, or whatever, that other show, right? And I feel like they got offended every time I asked that because their guard would go up like, oh, what do you mean? No, our Salt Lake City is not like that. The Mormon people are not like that. We're not like that. I'm like, why so suspicious? Oof, you sound so angry in my Lisa Rinna voice. It was very interesting to hear their perspective and, you know, about the cult. I mean, about the whole, you know, Mormon religion and stuff. And I'm still going through this whole process. So again, moving forward, I'm not sure how the schedule is going to be with like uploading videos, but I just wanted to give an update that I'm still going to be reviewing. That's still going to be a thing for 2025. It's not going anywhere. I'm not just going to abandon my channel. Like, absolutely not. It's just right now I'm in a sticky situation with how everything is moving, you know, in a good way though. Nothing bad is happening. I'm still good. I'm still fine. My mental health is still good and it's still in place. And yeah, everything is good. And yeah, that's the update with that. Anything else? And again, just thank you all for your love and your concern. And I really, really, really do appreciate it. It does not, what's the word? There's not a day that I don't think about it. Like, I do think about all your messages and comments and stuff. And trust me, I would love to get on here and talk about Giselle's house or, you know, Karen's DUI, which we're doing now, and everything else. We'll talk about Salt Lake City and Beverly Hills in a minute. But yeah, let me continue talking about what's been going on Potomac, because I put that the last thing I saw that Mia and Giselle, they were going at it. And Mia, I saw on a blog post that allegedly she called Giselle's daughters a bunch of whores. Says the biggest whore herself. Like, what? And I can say that because I used to be a horse. Well, actually, no, that's too much. I used to be a hoe. You know, I have a little bit more class. But Mia, that is rich coming from you. Like, okay, mistaken lobster. Like, if she did call them whores, like, that is crazy. And Giselle, you know, it's funny because from the clips I've seen, the way you're handling Mia and the way she's talking about your daughters or whatever is very interesting. The way you handled Candace and Wendy, like, what, last season? All they did was supposedly look at you the wrong way because you were talking about your daughters and you had all this fire for them. But Mia, you're like, Mia, you kind of hurt my feelings about my daughters. Where's the same energy? Like, and Mia, her life is still a hot mess with her boyfriend. What's her boyfriend's name? Glue, marker, pencil, ink. Yeah, that's the little situation. Then she has her ex-husband, current husband, Gordon. They're meeting up, and it's just like it's like watching a threesome, but you're not enjoying it. You're not about to climax or anything. You're kind of just there, like, okay, I'm just here for the vibes. That's what it feels like watching all three of them. I'm like, Mia, get the fuck. You know, and then the last thing I saw was that Gordon took her kids, or their kids, and now he's missing. I'm like, Mia, get it together. Like, you and Jacqueline, you know. And then speaking of hot mess relationships, we have Kenya and Walter. You know, so my opinion on that still hasn't changed. If anything, like, Kenya, like, you still haven't opened up your eyes. Like, this man, like, how you doing? You know, like, again, how you doing? Like, he doesn't want you. He wants me. Like, Kenya is still trying to force a thing between her and Walter. And Walter just does not want you. And then he was disrespectful to her at that one dinner. I think he told her to be quiet and stuff. Absolutely not. Like, you're not even dicking me down and you're telling me to be quiet? Kiarna, you know, I had so much high hopes for her, but she's just kind of there. I don't see anything or hear anything. I haven't watched every single episode, so I could be wrong. But, like, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but is she, like, doing anything on the show? I haven't really seen her name in anything. Not even tweets, posts, nothing. So was all she good for was, you know, to beat up Tickle Me Elmo and that's it? That's disappointing. Jazzy, she's another one that I had high hopes for, but I don't really see her in the conversation. Where is she? You know, again, maybe I need to catch up. Maybe she is in the mix, but, you know, and then Ashley Darby, you know, her bank account says it all. So, I mean, we really don't have to speak too much on her. But yeah, that's how Potomac has been this season. Have you guys been enjoying it? Is it good? Like, what do you think? Now, let's move over to Salt Lake City. Now, I've watched every single episode. I've actually managed to catch up with them. Every single episode is still chaotic, still insane. Like, they really do know how to bring it every season. Like, that is crazy to me. Starting from that dinner, that infamous dinner that they went, the Audrey Hepburn or whatever, whoever that is. You know, Meredith and her bangs or whatever. I thought she was going to slap the shit out of Whitney. Because I believe Meredith had a recording. Whitney was just like, give me that phone. I'm going to put it up. She snatched the phone from Meredith, and Meredith got up. I really thought she was going to hit her with her voice box. She went over and she was just like, you won't give me my phone back. Give me my phone back. That's my phone. Don't you ever snatch my phone from me, Whitney Rose. I'm like, wow, they're about to get, you know, a physical in Mary's house. You know, and Mary, she got up and she was like, everybody shut the hell up. And then Brittany, chaotic Brittany. I don't care what anybody says. I've said it before. I love Brittany. I love her energy. She's extremely insane and delusional. She gets up like, what about me? So Mary and Meredith fall out. Eventually, Meredith, she thinks she gets offended. She thinks that Mary kicked her out when that wasn't the case, so she leaves. Eventually, this goes over to the bar mitzvah. And Meredith has Angie Elemental P kicked out with security. Like, they was at a bar mitzvah. Like, where is the class? And then Angie K, you know, she's surprised. I believe she has the first chair at this reunion, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So that is crazy. She went from a nobody, for me being annoyed by her. Mary was annoyed by her, and now they're best friends. And now she's the first chair. She's the center snowflake. Like, Angie K, she's a pillar in the community, right? According to her. She got into it with Brittany. What did she say? That she has high body count hair? I've never heard of that insult before. I'm bald, so I don't need to worry about any high body count. So, you know, and again, like I mentioned, I'm classy, so I don't know anything about that. But she got into it with Meredith. She was just like, Meredith, why are you kicking me out? I cannot believe I'm being escorted by security. And Meredith, you know she couldn't wait to use the line, get her out of here, get her security, get her out of here, get her and her suspicious husband out of here quickly. And that was that. Lisa Barlow, you know, she's still delusional. She's still all about herself, which is understandable. Bronwyn, Her relationship that she has with her husband, still disgusting. Like, I just don't like the way that man speaks to her. I don't like him in general. Like, he really is angry Santa Claus. And then we find out in this latest episode that he actually had the audacity to cheat on her. Like, and then she still stayed. But then again, I would stay too with all of that money, right? How much will all of you stay in a relationship? Like, let's just say your significant other cheated, right? How much would it take for you to stay? I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've done I've done more for less. No, but I crossed the line. I cheated. I mean, nobody's ever cheated on me. Why would you? But if you did, I couldn't live that down. But then again, I don't know. It's one thing about, cheating when you're basic, but then when you're cheating and, you're a millionaire or whatever, that's a whole different, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I would be a little Rashida and Kirk. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll stick around a couple times, 3, 4, 500 times. If the money was right? But, Bronwyn, you had angry Santa Claus cheat on you, like... And then Mary M. Cosby, the episode with her and her son, that almost it did break my heart. I teared up watching that. I watched it twice, and it was just so much to unpack. When he confessed to Mary that, he did wanted to himself and that he was doing all these drugs, and Mary was just so understanding. And I love that Mary is just so open with us this season. I feel like she was so closed off, but this season, she's really bringing it. She's showing us her life. And the son, he was just like... trigger warning. He was just like, the only reason I didn't myself was because of you. And, she was just like, I will be completely heartbroken if I didn't have you. It was just such a sad scene, very emotional, moment. And I'm glad that Mary, I believe she says that he's getting help now. So I'm glad that he's doing better. And hopefully there's a good update at the reunion. But that scene was it was a lot. It was a lot. And, I think that's it with Salt Lake City. Yeah, they've been bringing it every single episode, and it just kills me that I couldn't review every single episode because every episode has been just so good, right? Heather? So moving on to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So I have not seen a single episode besides episode 1 because I haven't had time, but I saw the first episode and Dorit... I mean, who is Dorit? It feels like Bravo and Andy, they sat down with Dorit. They were like, look, Dorit, you need to do something or else we're going to snatch that diamond away from you and you're not going to have any money or paychecks or whatever. And then Dorit was just like, okay, activate Dorit from season 7 because next thing you know, she's coming at everybody. I mean, I think that she even fought a producer at one point. Or at least I wouldn't be surprised. And then she was, she all of a sudden she became a Queen Latifah from Set It Off. With her cigarette in her hand, she was driving in the car doing 100 on the highway. Just smoking like, she was stressed. I'm like, Dorit, what is going on? We've never seen her smoke a cigarette. At least I've never seen her. I'm like, whoa, what is going on? And then she's coming at Kyle now. She's like, listen, Kyle, my baby, you need to talk to me without your veins showing on your head. You need to shut the fuck up. I'm like, whoa, Dorit. Obviously I'm team Dorit because Kyle, I don't have to watch all the other episodes to know that Kyle's probably, doing some bullshit or whatever, and then her and this whole situation with Mauricio. Like, okay, Kyle, what else? But obviously, this whole thing has been a long time coming because Dorit, I feel like they've just been pushing her and pushing her and pushing her, and now she's just kind of cracked. And now her and PK is another one. I just want her to curse him out one good time. But I feel like Dorit, as cold-blooded as this could be, and walk with me here. I feel like Dorit, she should just get with Mauricio. I'm sorry, it will seem so scandalous. It will be like a huge slap in the face to Kyle, but I mean, at this point, you need a storyline, you need a man, you need money and finances, and why not get with somebody that your friend was with? I mean, I would not personally do that, but for her show, I mean, she has nothing to lose. And at this point, it does look kind of suspicious, allegedly. There's been rumors and stuff, and I don't know. I feel like maybe that's why Kyle also hates her, maybe because there's something going on with that. But again, that's just speculation, and could you imagine that if that came out that Mauricio was with Dorit? Center Diamond. Dorit, you could finally get the first chair. But at what cost, right? The new housewife, her name is Bozoma St. John. She is beautiful, and I love her just from the first episode. Like, she just fits in with the group, and she has money, and I think she's very promising on the show. Unlike Crystal, I miss Crystal, and what's her name? The number 8. What's her name? The Dr. Esophagus. What is her name? The housewife who couldn't cut it last season, but I kind of miss Crystal. Garcelle is there. Erica is there. She's not really doing much either. So, the other new friend of the show, Jennifer Tilly. I love Jennifer Tilly. I love her voice. I think she has the best voice in the world. I love seeing her addition into the show. And she also has money. She has the Simpsons money. She has the Chucky money. Every time she talks, she's just like, hello guys. I love it. Like, it just sounds so like seductive. That's how I think I talk when I talk to other guys. Like, I feel like I sound seductive 24/7. Like, hello, yeah. My name is Raphael. Yeah, I'm Raphael, and yeah, you want to go on a date? Like, Jennifer Tilly is who I think I sound like on a date. And Kathy Hilton, she's there. I'm guessing she's still playing dumb, right? Not surprising there. But yeah, let me know what's been going on in Beverly Hills. And I think that's basically it. I heard there's a rumor that I saw on Twitter yesterday that supposedly they're making a Real Housewives of Rhode Island, wherever that is. No offense if you're from there, but I've never heard anything about Rhode Island. Isn't that where the Family Guy is from? But they said that supposedly they've been filming there, so I'm excited about that. I'm excited for new cities in general, because some of these cities, New Jersey, I'm looking at you. New York, sadly, I'm looking at you too, because New York is just, what is that? At this point, just rebrand New Jersey as, the Real Housewives of Philadelphia. New York, let's get the Real Housewives of Brooklyn or Queens or something else. But New York, it's just not, I don't even watch the show to know that's a flop. Jersey, absolutely not. Dolores, recently she mentioned that she's disappointed in the cast, that they couldn't get it together. And then just rebrand the whole show with Snooki, Jay Wow from Jersey Shore, and then just build the whole show around them. Or just bring the Mob Wives back and get Drita and Renee, and then just incorporate them into the mix. But I don't want to see Teresa, Melissa, Troutmouth, or anybody else. No, just get rid of everybody else. Just get rid of everybody, like, including Teresa. Like, Teresa, it's your time to go. But I think that's basically it, right? Am I missing anything else? It's just, again, I don't want to get emotional or sentimental, but the fact that 2025, it's about to be here in like a couple of days and stuff. And first of all, getting back on camera, I thought, oh my God, like, I haven't done this in a while. Like, am I going to be shy? Am I going to be like nervous? Like, it's kind of like a date type of thing, right? Like, here we are talking, getting to know each other again. And I'm like, I don't want you guys thinking that I'm toxic and I just left your life or whatever, just out of nowhere, right? And now I'm coming back into your life like, hey, like the toxic ex, like, hey, I miss you. Let's reconnect type of thing or whatever. So how have you been? Your holidays were good? Did you get everything you wanted? Did you celebrate, the holidays? Did you give gifts? Did you break up with that terrible relationship that you should let go of in 2024? Did you? You're still with them? You are? It's understandable. I get it. Like, it's still a couple of days left till the new year. So maybe, give yourself grace, and then by January, you could cut them off, because, you don't want to start the new year off in a toxic relationship. So make sure you do that. But I hope that all of you are having a really, really good holiday, break, and everything's been good in your life. And, I'm wishing all of you good for 2025. And again, I'm not going anywhere. I still want to do reviews. I still want to, expand my channel and do other videos and stuff. It's just, currently I'm in a little tizzy right now with time, but again, I'm not going anywhere, and I'm still here. I'm still here. So I'm still gonna make videos in 2025. I'm still gonna continue the reviews and everything. It's just, it's just right now it's a little tricky with time, but I am wishing you all the best for 2025 and the rest of whatever's left of this year. And I hope that you have a good New Year's Eve. And I love New Year's Eve. It's my second favorite holiday, so I'm looking forward to it. And again, I appreciate all your love, all your concerns, all your comments, your threats, and your messages on Instagram. I really, really appreciate it. I love it. And, I thank you all for that. And thank you for being patient and, wondering where I am. I'm good. Again, just want to reassure that I'm good. I'm fine. Everything is okay. It's just I'm still on this not spiritual journey. I almost said spiritual journey. I'm on this journey of this whole process of situation that I'm trying to get. So, yeah, once that is settled, then, hopefully I can have a set schedule of when to upload and everything and when to review things and stuff. But just wanted to, have a little chit chat on everything that's been going on in the Real Housewives universe. Am I missing anything else? I think that's it. I hope you're all doing well. And again, thank you all so much for all the love and the concern. Let me know what you all thought about, what's going on with the Real Housewives of Potomac, Karen and her DUI, Beverly Hills, Salt Lake City, and anything else down in the comments. Bye, everybody. Happy New Year. Mwah.